Hi, this is Val with Living Divine. If you are new to my channel, welcome. And if you've been here before, welcome back. So I wanted to jump back on today to talk about some questions or some comments that I've had in reference to several videos that I've posted. And one of the things I get are kind of overall in a lot of the comments from people, mostly ladies, but some men, is just them feeling kind of sad or lost that they have not found that person, be it husband, wife, boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever, that treats them well or that they want to go to the next level with, or the person that they are with, or just, their previous relationship, they were with them for a long time and they were not treated well. Here's the thing. You have to know your self-worth. And when you know your self-worth, you don't let anybody treat you any kind of way, right? You have to be willing to walk away from situations. One of the things in my previous career is I talked to a lot of women that have been abused and neglected and, gone through some things, abuses children, abuses adults, by their boyfriends, whatever, husbands or whatever. And their fear of the unknown kept them in this situation. Part of that is their self-esteem. Has gotten so low. It has been beaten down so low that they allow people to treat them any kind of way because they're afraid, right? So when you're in a situation where people don't treat you of value, you need to learn how to walk away. I am the queen of walk away. I promise you I am. Yes, I'm married and happily married. However, it was 10 years that I didn't date anybody seriously. I went out on plenty of dates. And one of the reasons I did not commit to those people consistently or make it long term is because they did not treat me like the queen that I know I am. If I treat you well, I expect you to do the same, right? If you don't treat me of value, you're not the person for me. So when I hear women talk about chasing men or staying around and hope that a man changes, or even men in reference to women, when somebody wants to be with you, they will show you. You don't have to guess, right? You have to know your value. And I'm going to tell you, I would rather be alone and happy than with somebody and miserable. And I get all the time that, I'm lonely. I was staying with him because I was lonely, or I did not want to be alone. So you would rather be with somebody that treats you horribly, that you don't know what they're doing from day to day. You don't know if they're going to come home, if they're going to be ugly to you. You would rather have a piece of nothing than to be by yourself and have peace of mind. And if you're lonely, and this is grown folk talk, there are stores with trinkets to help you deal with whatever loneliness, if it's a sexual loneliness, if it's some kind of frustration you need to get out, you can get some gadgets to help you with that. That's real talk. I would rather be lonely and have a gadget than have somebody with me that treats me poorly on a day-to-day basis. You've got to be willing to walk away. And I'm not saying, honestly, that the people that I have dated have treated me poorly, because I've been blessed enough that the people that I have dated in the past have not treated me bad. They just did not treat me like a queen that I am. Just because somebody treats you okay does not mean that, okay, so let me stay with this person. So one of the comments that I had on a person that I used to date was that he was a really good person. Why did you walk away from him? I'd have stayed with him. So my thought is, he is a good person. And you won't hear me in reference to people I've dated. I've been blessed. So you won't hear me say anything ugly about people that I previously dated. What I can say is, just because they're a good person does not mean they're a good person for you or the right person for you. You need to find your happiness. Life is entirely too short to be in a situation where you're miserable and nobody's doing anything about it. It's definitely too short to be in a situation where people are putting you down or treating you less than the person that you are, the king, queen, whoever that you are. So I'm going to say, first of all, you need to know your self-worth. Secondly, don't allow people to treat you poorly. If they are, and you've had this conversation with them and they still do that, then you need to make the decision to walk away. You are worth more than that. A lot of times people treat you poorly because you allow it. And I know in reference to conversations with women that I've talked to, mostly women, they hope and pray and talk and fuss and hoping that their partner, their significant other, will change. If a person does not want to change, if they're not in that space, you're not going to change them. But you do need to change you. You need to change your mindset on, am I going to put up with this? Because the chances of them changing before they decide they want to change and they're going to actively do something to change and put some value on you, the chances of them changing are slim. So one of the ladies that I talked to in the past, her boyfriend, she's dating this guy. And when they first started dating, what he told her was, I don't want to get married. And I don't want a serious relationship. Now, he wanted a hookup. He was good for that. He was even good for moving in. But at the beginning of this relationship, this is what he told her. Well, she loved him so much. You know, she saw this, white picket fence or whatever, this big house or whatever, her dream was in reference to the relationship. So she stayed in the relationship. And the longer she stayed, the more frustrated she got. The lower her self-esteem got, because her thought process was, I've been with this man all this time. Why won't he propose? Why won't he ask me to marry him? We're living together. We're sharing bills together. Why won't he get there? Right? She and I talked and I was like, well, he told you from the beginning, this is not what he wanted. He told you that he did not want to get married. So what made you think you were going to change him? She had a hard time with that conversation with me. And I wasn't putting her down. I wanted her to see the situation that she was in. My thinking is, if you want to stay here with your eyes wide open, right? Stay here understanding that this man does not want to commit to me. It's great. We're sharing bills. It's easier that way. And if that's the way you want to kind of proceed, you have a right to. But if you want something more, you've got to be willing to walk away from this, because he's already told you this is not what he wants. Ultimately, they end up talking and having the conversation. And just like I told her, he told her the same thing that he told her at the beginning. He did not want to get married, right? He told her at the beginning that this is not what he wanted. So he assumed they were on the same page, even though they were living together, even though they were sharing bills together. In her opinion, he was leading her on, and maybe he was, I don't know. But he was honest with her. So a lot of people, especially women, will assume that I can change their thinking. I can change their minds. They will then want to be with me. Know your self-worth. And if you're not willing to walk away, if he is not treating you, or her, if she's not treating you the way you need to be treated, then you need to go. And you need to deal with your own stuff. I was alone and happy. I refused to be with somebody and miserable just to say I am with somebody. And the reality is, had I been with somebody, I probably never would have met Ron. I never would have been to the place that I am as happy as I am now, because I've settled for a situation just to have somebody in that space. So I wanted to jump on just to say you are worth more than this, right? Know who you are and be willing to walk away from situations. See, the minute a man tells me he does not want me, I'm like, okay, it'll be no drama, because I don't want somebody that does not want me. That does not mean it will not hurt your feelings, right? It does not mean that you will all of a sudden be, in this great place because y'all have had this conversation, because it's painful. When people tell you things that you don't want to hear, or you've convinced yourself that you have a relationship that you actually don't have, and then they tell you that, it is painful. But I'm going to tell you to reevaluate your thought process on this. Reevaluate, why am I in pain in reference to a man that does not want me? Why does that bring me so much pain? Okay? It takes two people to be in a relationship. What did I miss in this? Do I need to reevaluate, or deal with my own self-esteem? Do I need my own counseling? Do I need to deal with something else? Do I need, my prayer partner, or whatever the situation is? What do I need to get in a better situation? The longer you allow yourself to stay stuck, the longer you allow yourself to not walk away, the worse it will be, the lower your self-esteem will be. And the more that behavior continues with that significant other, with that partner. I said it all the time, and I still say it, life is too short, you guys. It is entirely too short to stay miserable. I had this wonderful lady send me this a comment stating that she was close to 70, and she was thinking about going out or asking this guy to go out with her. I'm like, okay, it's not too late to be happy. Why not? All I can say is no. And then you can say you've tried, as opposed to, I wonder what would have happened, if I'd have taken that next step. Ultimately, and this was like, when did she? I would say about 3 weeks ago, maybe, is when she sent me the comment. She came back about maybe a couple days ago. It's been less than a week, to say that they have been out on their first 2 dates, and she is so excited. She doesn't know where it's going to go, but she is so excited that she stepped out and that she tried something new, that she tried something different, that she was the one that initiated it, and she is happy right now. And who knows where that will go? It might be that they're just the best of friends. But she allowed herself to get into a place that was uncomfortable so she could ultimately find a place that is comfortable, a place of happiness. So I'm going to say, know your self-worth. Don't allow people to treat you any kind of way just because you're afraid of being alone. There's nothing scary about being alone. Yes, I know people get lonely. I get it. Find something to do. Find a hobby. Go to the gym. I don't know, join a book club. There's other things you can do. There's other things that can happen so you could open your mindset to letting something new and fresh come in. I have, especially since being on YouTube, and I'm gonna tell you, I was not the person that actually followed YouTube, right? I was not the one that, constantly came to YouTube, the videos and things of that nature. But I'm going to tell you guys, since I have been on YouTube, it has been an eye-opener. There's so much negativity in some of the comments. Oh, my God. And I'm not even talking about the comments coming at me in reference to being in a interracial marriage. I'm talking about pages that seem like they're set up for controversy, for people to go back and forth and, bait each other and the nastiness. What is that? Walk away, right? That's why when people have negative comments that they want to say to me, I just delete it. Walk away. So just like I walk away from foolishness and don't let anybody bait me into conversations of negativity, because that's where they are. That's the same thing you need to do in your relationship. If they're not willing to work on it, and don't get me wrong, if y'all willing to work on it, do it, right? Other than that, if they are treating you less than what you deserve, you've got to be willing to walk away. Because if you stay and they continue to treat you less than what you deserve, all it will do is get worse. Life is too short, you guys. So I just wanted to say that I really hope and pray that you think about why you're in the situation that you are in. Have you given that person too much power over your happiness? And what is your end game? Like, what is your end game? Are you, if being married and being miserable is not the ticket, right? I was married before, and I'm not saying I was miserable. I just was not happy. And I refused to stay in a situation where I was not happy and it was not getting better. It was not a bad divorce. I actually adore my ex. And oh my God, I love his kids, right? But I adore my ex. So it's not that. But I know that life is too short to live a life and not be happy. So I was at a place to say, if we're not going to work on this, if we've grown apart for whatever reason, if it's not going to get better, then I need to take myself out of this situation. Queen, a walk away. I went from a gorgeous home to a smaller apartment. It was my choice, just to have peace of mind. And there's nothing like peace of mind. There is nothing like it. You can't replace it with anything to be happy. And it's not like there were times that I wanted to have that person, right? I wanted to have that partner. I hadn't found him yet. And before I deal with foolishness, I was just going to be by myself. And that's just how it was. I was still out there. I was still exposing myself to different situations, but I was happy. So I want you guys to think about, why are you chasing folk that don't want you, right? Why are you so heartbroken when someone says they don't want to be with you? I get it. I get that you might have this idea, of me and this person's going to be together. But think about why you want somebody so bad that does not want you. It's okay to say, I value myself more now. I need to walk away from this. Nobody's perfect. I've made tons of mistakes in my past. So this is not a judgmental conversation. This is a conversation to take you to the next level, whatever that next level is, to say now is the time to reevaluate what's important. Now is the time to put the people that treat you like you should be treated in the spots that they need to be in, and the people that don't, move them out of the way. They're immaterial. They don't matter. Deal with the people that are important in your life. And unfortunately, sometimes you have to cut friends. Sometimes you have to cut family. You just have to make sure that you take care of you and what's important to you, and that you do matter, and that you don't deserve the treatment that you're getting. And again, I'm not saying anybody's perfect. Lord knows I am not. But I know I deserve to be treated well. So if you guys have any questions for me, please let me know. Please stop coming after and chasing people that don't want you. You absolutely are worth more than this. I'll talk to you in the next video.